Okay, so this is the basics on how to operate Wix. So once you've logged in, you'll see your screen will look like this. You will then click on edit site. This will take you into the website itself, and this is where you'll be able to edit all of your website pages. Okay, so once you click on edit website, you will end up on this page. This is the home page of your website. And in this actual interface, you'll be able to edit practically anything and everything. What I want to do is I want to hide certain pages as we don't want it to be visible at this stage. So what we'll do is we'll hover to the left menu and we will click on pages and menu, and site menu. You will stay on site menu, and you will scroll down to find the page that you're actually wanting to hide. In this case, I would like to hide this one. So you'll click on the three dots to the far right and you will click on hide from menu. And then the next one would be this one. Same thing, click on the three dots on the far right and you will click on hide from menu. And once you are done with any edits or updates, try and click on save and publish as regularly as possible, just so that you don't lose any updates that you have already made. So top right, you click on save and then publish. This will make sure that the updates have been published to your site. Okay, so now I've gone back to the home page, and the way I did that is I just clicked on pages and menu again, and I clicked on home, and that will take me to the home page itself. I'm wanting to update certain words on the home page. So what I'm going to do is just highlight the items I want to delete and copy over or paste over the items that I want to add. So it's literally just a copy and a paste. And then I'll just remove this little hyphen. Okay, so I'll leave it like that. And then that's pretty much update for the home page. Again, save and publish. If you're wanting to make any further edits, like maybe change this image, for instance, you'll just click on the image itself, click on change background, and you can click on image, and it will then give you an option of images to choose from, or you can upload a specific image that you are wanting to add in that section. Once you have uploaded it, you select the image and you click on change background. Okay, so that's basic edits. You can click and drag and drop. So I would click and drag this element right here. I can move it anywhere I'd like. We can, okay, let me undo all these. We can update any type of text. This is little animation arts. This you can double click on if you are wanting to edit that. You can double click on it and it will take you to a whole bunch of media that you are able to choose from. In terms of your buttons, once you add a button, you can also add in an element right here. So click on add elements and then you can select button. It gives you a whole bunch of options right here that you can select from. There's quite a bit of elements that you are able to choose from right here in order to add it to your specific website page. So in the case of a button, this is obviously something that needs to have a link embedded into. So what I usually do is once I've added the button and I've added the text on the button, I will then click on this little link icon and this will give me the option to add in the specific link that we want them to go to once they've clicked on that specific button. So you will then just copy the link from wherever you are pulling it from and paste it into this box, and you'll click on done. This will then make this button clickable. When you want to change the wording or the colors, you will click on design, and then what you're able to, you can still change it here as well. Or what you could do is click on customize design, and then you can click on to change the background. You can click on background fills, customize the fill, and you can change the color to whatever color you'd like. Then in terms of your text color, you can click on the little text icon and scroll down slightly over here, text color, and you can choose to change your text to whichever colors you'd like. You can change the font size over here. You can change the actual font over here. You can make it bold, italic, underlined. You can outline it as well, highlight it as well. So there's a lot of little options you can choose. There are borders and corners. These are not really necessary. If you'd like to have the corners rounded, you can. If you want to maybe reduce it slightly and make it at 40, totally up to you. If you want to have a little bit of a shadow, you can add a shadow over there as well. So a lot of little icons and elements to play around with. So let's undo all of the updates I made over there with this button. All right. If you're wanting to maybe adjust or move a block higher or above a certain block or below a certain block, you can go to that specific block, click on it, and click on the move section down, so the down or the up arrow, and this will take that entire block and it will move it for you above the block or below the block below that. That's that. All right, so that's pretty much basic updates. Um, if you're wanting to add a specific section, so that means that you are wanting to add in a welcome section. They give you a bunch of templates, so you are able to literally drag and drop the sections into your website. So you can then add or adjust. You can click on the actual text, double click, and you can then go in and change the fonts to whichever font you'd like. You can change the size, you can change the colors, you can add in some effects as well. You can change this text as well. Same thing, double click. There's another button, so you can double click that and you can change the text inside the button as well. So you can say something like subscribe now or change that. You can go into design. Let me just click. So you click on the actual icon, click on design, and again you can customize your design to whichever your preference. Another thing I enjoy doing, instead of having to go into the elements, I click on an existing box and I copy that, Control C and then Control V as to copy it, and then I am able to copy the exact same blocks that I just had. Also, the nice thing is it has grid lines. So if you see when I drag this box slightly to the center, it gives me a full grid line, which means it is dead centered. So that's what I really enjoy with Wix as well. We can change this wording. This is just me giving an example. And you can move these around. So you can drag and drop and move them around as is. So let me undo those updates. All right, save, publish. So if you're wanting to go to any of these pages within your menu, oh, another thing, you can update your menu as well. So if you click on your menu, you can click on Quick Edit, and it then allows you to manage your menu, and it takes you back to the site menu. So you are able to click on home page. Once you click on the home page, it takes you to your specific home page. What you could also do is click on the three dots to the far right. You can also change some settings. So if you are wanting to change that specific menu item to a different name, you can do that. You can also change the SEO. This is just basic. What you could do is, what I like to do is, each page obviously has its own little title or tag. What I like to do is always just tweak it accordingly. So because this is the home page, we've kept it standard as bookkeeping because that's what they provide. For the about section, if we click on the about section, that should say about. Let's have a look. Three dots, settings, SEO basics, and there we go, about. So it is labeled about, and the same for the rest of the pages. So you'll see that the home page is a standalone block. You'll see that the about page is a standalone block. So when you look at the menu, they are standalone menu items. Whereas services is also a standalone, but if you go onto the website, so let's preview quickly. If you go onto the actual website and sorry, and you hover over services, it gives you a whole drop down menu. So because it's done that, we've set it that way in the menu. So if you go back to the editor and you go back to your pages and menu, you'll see that services is also a standalone block, but the other blocks underneath that is kind of like little branches underneath it. So that allows for you to set that drop down list field. So all of the services that they provide is all basically under the drop down under the menu title services. You can do that for ongoing support. We've done the same. We've added a whole bunch of branches or a whole bunch of pages underneath that, so they will be under the drop down. So all you do is, these are drag and drop as well. You can literally just drag and drop them as well. If you're wanting to add a new item, you can click on add menu item here. You can label it as you'd like, and then you can update it according to your preference. So that's pretty much it in terms of the basics for Wix.